said, you want to see Kirk Franklin? And she said, well, she was like, nah. She said, nah, I don't want to see him gyrating and carrying on. I almost died. She said that. I said, Mama, not gyrating. She said she didn't want to see him up there gyrating and carrying on. I'm like, yo, you are wild. Good morning. Happy day 75 of the 365-day vlog challenge. What's good? What's good? What's good? I was on that, so we got a couple updates. Let's start there. I may have been a little overzealous with my skill set with migrating that website. However, you know, it all kind of started coming back to me as I was working on it. I had to use the AI assistant a lot to ask questions about each step of the process. But we got it done. We have officially migrated the website to a new hosting platform, Hostinger. So far, so good. It was nowhere as easy as I thought it would be. Yesterday pretty much consisted of, it was already migrated, but once it migrated, I had to, well, I wanted to archive the old site and just start new, but I didn't want to lose all of like my old blog posts and all of that, because that site, like I said, it's well over 10 years old. It's well over 10 years of content on that site, and I didn't want to lose it. So what I did was I archived the site, and I've never done that either. So 2 new things that I've never done before: migrate a website and archive a website. My very first website was called Kingdom Massage. I think I had got so frustrated with it, and it was also a WordPress website. It might be some vestiges of it still on the interwebs. However, when I was trying to save that website just for posterity, I think I ended up just like washing my hands of it and just deleting the whole thing and starting over, all the way to where I even let the domain name and everything go. But I almost got there last night with this website, because as you know, I am a classic overthinker. And as I was playing around with it, once it migrated and I saw the site came up and everything worked, and I was like, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? Don't you just, you can fix this site. Like, you can just update the site. So I wasted probably half a day trying to update the site and just keep the bones of it, because I liked the layout of the site. I wanted to basically just change the fonts and just some small tweaks, not enough to feel like I needed to start from scratch. But every time I would make a small tweak, it would break, like something would break. And then I couldn't get into the back end of the WordPress admin portal. And I would have to go back into the file, I don't know how you call it, I guess it was a file manager. And that was so frustrating. I kept breaking stuff. So finally I said, you know what? That's it. It's a wrap. I have wasted way too much time trying to fix what's broken. Let's just call it quits and just start from scratch. So as of right now, my site has been migrated. I archived the old site. Those files are still findable right now. The last part of it that I had to do was no index that site so that Google doesn't continue to just like pull from that site. It's there, you still can find it, but Google won't be like, how do I say it? And because I don't know the technical term. So it's basically like, once my new site is up, it won't be competing with the old site for SEO and traffic, if that makes sense. Yeah. So when you pull up JenaeNicole.com, Google should only be showing you the new site, not the old site. But all of those old records are there so that, you know, it shows the evolution of JenaeNicole.com. That was important to me because I regretted that my very first site, which was Kingdom Massage, it was my very first WordPress site that I actually owned. I had a couple Wix sites and stuff like that early on when I first was dabbling in blogging and stuff and getting websites. But that was the very first one. So, needless to say, we have one more step to finish. It was about 10:30 and I was like, I'm done. I'm tapping out. So that last little step of no indexing for Google, that's the only thing I have left to do as far as the old site, but it's tucked away. Now we have to start fresh from scratch with a brand new WordPress site for Jenae Nicole. So ideally, I would like to try to use their AI builder and see if it can build me something nice. So I'm gonna look into that on my lunch break to see, you know, what does the process look like, and if it's just easier just to take a theme and just run with it. So that's where we are with the Jenae Nicole website. I know we're supposed to be focused on hustle and heart, but we're gonna get there. This is all, it's all intertwined, right? What did I do for hustle and heart this weekend? I don't feel like I did anything for hustle and heart this weekend. This car is so loud. I do apologize for the loudness. Sometimes I will go in and CapCut and like lower the noise, but I am aware that this car is loud on the inside, so it sounds like I got my windows down when I do not. It's just these cars are loud on the inside. Oh, I did for my YouTube channel, this one, I did go in and update, put like a template in for my description so that I don't have to keep typing in 365-day vlog channel, da 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 da. So I did that. That was something to save my life a little bit and to, you know, help with the SEO of the channel. So I did that. That was one thing. And what else? I think that's it. I mean, that was a lot working on that website. The website alone was a lot. Like, it was, like I said, it was way more technical than I assumed it would be. Because, you know, when you look at not the commercials, but when you look at all of the things for switching over to these different hosting platforms, like they sell you a dream, like, oh, it's so easy, all you need to do is 1, 2, 3 and it's a snap, your website is over. It was, but it was also all of the little minutia that you get caught up in. Like I said, it kept breaking. I would try to activate the plugins and the site would break, and I would try to go into the back end of WordPress, and it was crazy. So I didn't record any of that, I don't think. No, I didn't, because when I got up in that morning, I didn't even brush my teeth. I was a dusty mouth. I was sitting in the bed and I just wanted to see if the migration was 100% complete. And of course, I went down the rabbit trail and was working on the site for probably at least an hour or two before I actually got up and got myself together for the day, even though we didn't do much. Let me get my butt out of this fast lane. Jesus, no. I do not have time to be getting in trouble for speeding. updates I had today. Now the one thing I thought about this morning when I woke up was, because I archived that site, I didn't consider the things that I had in my drafts, because I had five or six articles that was in draft that were ready to go. I just had never published them, and I didn't consider that. Am I still going to be able to access those drafts? So when I get home, I'll look and see. So I'm praying that those drafts are still there and I can just put them on the new site, because that's why I've been holding them, because I'm like, I don't want to start releasing content on Jenae Nicole, like new content, until I, you know, refresh the site. So, and I could be consistent, because those drafts, some of them drafts are 2 years old, but it's relevant information for Job Optional and Jenae Nicole. So, all right, I don't want to keep chattering away, but I'm excited that I am still moving forward. I'm being consistent, you know, so I'm doing my best. Headed up to get my blood drawn. Wish me luck. All right, blood draw's done. I don't know who was in this elevator, but they smell so good. It wasn't that bad. I'm just a baby, but it was all right. He did a good job. Okay, we got a 10 a.m. Training on retirement, so I'm rushing back from my doctor's appointment to go and see about this retirement, because you know I'm trying to get out of here early. Don't fall down the steps, girl. Hey, Maite, what's up, girl? Y'all right?
Yeah.
Doing good. See? Yes. See. See you later. Yeah. Somebody tell me what happened. What happened here? You saw what I looked like when I left the house. What happened? That walk took me out. If I don't look like Miss Seeley, honey, listen, the day is done. I survived, and we are on to the next. So now I gotta go home and figure out something to do with this hair, because obviously this ain't gonna get it for another day. Obviously. So yeah, and why do I do this every time? I done left. I'm still sitting out here, but I ain't going back in there. You know what? I better check the traffic before I say that. Cause all I need is to get up here on this turnpike and get stuck, and already I gotta pee. So it ain't urgent, but I know if I went in there, I could make myself go. It says the traffic is clear. This might be a terrible idea. I already know it's a terrible idea. I ain't even gonna say it might be, but I am really taking a chance. And I don't want to be known as Puddles out here in the streets, because I couldn't hold my water. All right, I am getting ready to head home. The day was productive. Traffic looks clear. It's not saying I have no problems on the way home. Fingers crossed. The goal tonight is to get I may not get it back up and running. I'm not gonna put that kind of pressure on me tonight, but the goal is to work on the website, on the new Jenae Nicole website, since I archived the old one. But I need to get the new one at least started. That's the goal. So that's what we're working on tonight. And also, the last little piece that I had from last night was to... crap. What was it? Oh, shoot. What was it? Oh, so the Google doesn't index the site. So the no index the site. So that's the only thing I'm working on. Plus, of course, editing down today's video, which, you know, it was a regular work day. Wasn't no lot. Not a lot happened today. So, why my friend invited us to go see Kirk Franklin. They have something happening on April 4th in Miami. And you know, I don't like to drive to Miami because that traffic, it make me nervous. I be white knuckling it the whole way because the traffic is so hectic. And plus, I don't know the area. Like, hell, you know, I barely can get home without putting my GPS on. We know my sense of direction trash. That's all I need to get down there and get turned around. And, yeah, that would not be a good look. So, ooh, that sun is sunning. So, yeah, so I come call my mom because I really wasn't interested in going anyway because I don't like driving down there by myself. And I knew Jose was going to have to work that day. So I said, nah, I don't want to drive to Miami, point blank, period, by myself. Usually, if we do something in Miami, he'll drive us. Because, and even when he driving, I'll be a nervous wreck. Because the traffic is just crazy. So with it being on a Saturday, and like early in the day, I was thinking, okay, I'll at least give mom the option to see if she really want to go. I'll bite the bullet and I'll take us. Even though I was fingers crossed that she was going to say she ain't want to go no way. Why this old lady say, I said, do you want to see Kirk Franklin? And she said, well, she was like, nah. She said, nah, I don't want to see him gyrating and carrying on. I almost died. She said that. I said, mama, not gyrating. She said she want to see him up there gyrating and carrying on. I'm like, yo, you are wild. My mother is wild. Nobody, well, the people around us know she ain't got no freaking filter. She don't want to see him gyrating and carrying on. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I ain't no big Kirk Franklin fan myself. I listen to some of his music, especially his older music I like, but listen, you know, I don't even come to the events we have at my job. Like, it's like pulling teeth to get me to come to see anything, any kind of shows. Like, I have never been into going to concerts and stuff like that because I'm not too fond of large crowds. And, you know, just the safety of it, I just be like nervous. Even when I was younger, other than like the only concert I really remember being excited for was Salt and Pepper. That was my first concert. And I was really excited about it. But after that, I was just like, okay, I've been there, done that. I'm good. I'm not a concert girly. Like, just give me a book and a quiet house and nobody bothering me, honey. You speaking my language. So, you know, that don't impress me to go to no concert. Now, however, Miss Jill Scott, Miss Jilly for Philly is on the world tour. Now, that's one concert I'm gonna be at one way or another. So, you know, it gotta be an artist that I just absolutely love for me to go to a concert. Like, if I went to the concert, you know, I rocks with them heavy. So, Jilly for Philly, she gonna get the coins from me because I can't wait to see her. But Kirk Franklin, I don't even want to see him for free. So, that worked out in my favor. Stay in your lane, sir. That worked out in my favor. That mom don't want to see all that gyrating and carrying on. I ain't gonna never let that go. You hear me? Ooh. Oh yeah. Before the end of the night, I'll check back in. I'll try to get some footage of me working on the website. and, you know, share some of that back end footage of what's happening, because I lost a whole weekend dealing with the website, and I didn't really record much of it because I didn't have my meta glasses, and I didn't want to be trying to hold the phone and trying to type. That wasn't working out for me. So tonight I'll make sure I take my meta glasses in with me as I'm working on the website, so you can kind of see what it looks like. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Now I'm getting engagement, I'm getting conversations.
A very large agency over the last 14 years, and it's
Right. It is now about 8:30. I have been fighting for my life. But thank God for Cody, the AI assistant, for hosting her, because I would have thrown the whole computer away had it not been for the AI help to get me through each of these modules to no index this site. So it took me about an hour solid to complete the no index in Google and on my site. So I can now begin the hard work of rebuilding a brand new site. So I think I'm just going to do some research tonight for the rest of the night and come at it tomorrow with fresh ideas of what I want the site to look like, and just kind of map it out tonight and possibly on my lunch break tomorrow if I get time. But I want to, when I do go to build the site, I don't want to be piecemealing it. So the goal tonight is just to kind of map out what I want on the site, what I want it to look like. I kind of have a general idea, but I want to be able to use the AI generated website and let it generate it for me. And I want to give it as much information about how I want the website to look and function and what my needs are. So when it does build it, it's not like I have to keep making a bunch of changes. So that's the goal. So we will see. I was wondering, I know in Lovable, you can give Lovable a picture, or, you can upload documents and stuff in Lovable, and it will actually use those as inspiration for what you want it to look and feel like. So I'm actually, since I have so much credit on Lovable, I'm gonna go hop over there and see if I can actually design the look and feel of the website for hosting her on Lovable and just drop the code. So I'm gonna see if it's possible. Who knows? I mean, I'm paying for it. I might as well use it. All right. If I don't get back on here tonight, nothing major exciting happens, I will see you tomorrow on day 76 of the 365-day vlog challenge. Let's go. Wow. This is dope. For this to be a first, quick, this is dope.